Okay, let's get into your reading, Taurus. Okay, so this person can't stop thinking about you. They're daydreaming about you. You are constantly on their mind. Knight of Cups energy. They want to come towards you. They want to reach out. They want to communicate. They want to reconcile. The Knight of Cups. So Knight of Cups here. This is someone coming towards you with an offer, with a proposal, with an olive branch, with their heart in their hands, basically. And I want to name what the title is doing right up front, okay? Because it's giving you an instruction, not just a promise. They ignored you. Now they want you back. But you need to hear the message first. And that word first is the whole point of this reading, because the return is real and there's something you need to understand about it before you decide a single thing. And I want to name why that ordering matters so much, okay? Because most readings like this would just tell you the good news and stop. They ignored you, now they want you back. The end. Go be happy. And that would leave you walking into the reunion completely unprepared. But this reading is doing something kinder than that, okay? It's handing you the good news and the caution in the same breath. Because the return is genuinely coming, and how you handle it will decide whether it becomes a real second chance or just another turn of the same wheel. So hear the whole thing before you feel too much, okay? Let the cards give you the full map before your heart runs ahead of you, because you've earned the right to walk into this knowing exactly what you're walking into. And the Knight of Cups is the great romantic of the deck, okay? A knight riding slowly on a white horse, a cup held out in front of him, wings on his helmet and his heels, fish patterned on his cloak. And he is the card of the person who arrives with their feelings extended. The confession, the proposal, the offer of the heart. And notice he moves slowly, okay? His horse walking, not galloping. So whatever's coming your way isn't reckless or impulsive. It's considered. It's someone who has thought about this, felt it build, and decided to come toward you with it on purpose. And I want to draw out one more thing about this knight, okay? Because there's a tension between him and a card coming later. The Knight of Cups moves slow and heartfelt, but further into this reading, we're going to see the Knight of Swords, who moves fast and intense, and that's not a contradiction, okay? It's two layers of the same return. Underneath, the feeling is Knight of Cups, tender, romantic, genuinely emotional. And the delivery might be Knight of Swords, fast, urgent, all at once. So the heart behind it is soft, okay? And the arrival of it might be a rush. And knowing that in advance helps you not mistake the speed for the substance. The real thing to read is the Knight of Cups underneath. The feeling, not the Knight of Swords urgency on top. And I want you to sit with what daydreaming about someone actually means, okay? Because it's more revealing than it sounds. A person doesn't daydream about someone they're indifferent to. You don't build little scenes in your head about a person you've moved past. Daydreaming is what the mind does when it can't let something go, when it keeps reaching for a person who isn't there. So if this person is daydreaming about you, okay, constantly with you on their mind the way the cards are showing, then whatever they told themselves when they walked away, their own mind is disagreeing with it. Their mind keeps returning to you over and over, which is the clearest sign that the leaving never actually took. So this person really wants to reconcile with you. They want to reach out. They want to say something. They've been thinking about you a lot. Let's see what else is going on here. The Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles here, this shows that this person has been feeling a bit left out in the cold. They've been feeling a bit rejected. They've been feeling a bit abandoned. And I feel like this is a situation where, either they ignored you or they, sort of pushed you away. And now they're the ones feeling left out in the cold. Now they're the ones feeling rejected, feeling abandoned, feeling a bit lonely. And the Five of Pentacles shows two figures out in the snow, okay, cold, one injured and limping, passing beneath a warm, glowing, stained glass window without looking up at it. And it's the card of feeling shut out from warmth, of being right beside comfort and not being able to reach it. And here's the poetic justice of it turning up now, okay? Because they were the one who did the ignoring. They were the one who created the cold by pushing you out into it. And now they're standing in that exact cold themselves, feeling the precise thing they made you feel. And I want to be honest about what that does, okay? Because a person only truly understands a hurt once they've felt it from the inside. They may not have grasped what ignoring you actually cost until they ended up on the receiving end of the same cold, and now they get it fully, which is a big part of why they want to come back. And I want to name something specific about the loneliness in this card, okay? Because it's not ordinary loneliness. It's the loneliness of having pushed away the one warmth that was actually theirs. And that comes with a second layer on top, the layer of knowing they did it to themselves. Because when you look at the Five of Pentacles, okay, those two figures are walking right past a lit window. The warmth is there. It's glowing. It's close enough to touch. They just can't get to it, or they don't look up to see it. And that's this person with you, okay? The warmth of what you had is glowing right there in their memory, and they're standing outside it in the snow, realizing they're the one who walked out and pulled the door shut behind them. And that realization is a very particular kind of cold. So let's see what else is coming through here. The Three of Swords. So Three of Swords here. This is heartbreak. This is pain. This is sorrow. I feel like this person is going through a lot of heartache right now. They're going through a lot of pain. They're going through a lot of sorrow. And I feel like a lot of this is to do with you, okay? They miss you. They're hurting because of the distance, because of the disconnection, because of the fact that you're not talking anymore. And the Three of Swords shows a single red heart pierced by three swords, okay? Gray rain falling behind it. No figure, no story around it. Just the wounded heart itself, because it's pure heartache, stripped of everything else. And I want you to sit with the fact that this is their card here, okay? Not yours. They are the one with the pierced heart in this reading. They are the one in the rain. The pain of this distance is landing on them now. And it's landing hard. And I want to name what makes this heartache different from ordinary heartbreak, okay? Because there's a specific weight to it. When someone breaks your heart, at least you get to feel wronged. You get the clean, simple grief of it not being your fault. This person doesn't get that clean version. Their heartache comes with a splinter of guilt in it, okay? Because they know they caused this. They weren't left. They left. They weren't ignored. They ignored. And now they're feeling the exact pain they handed to you first, with the added sting of knowing they built it themselves. And that particular flavor of pain, okay, the self-caused kind, is one of the most motivating forces there is. It's the pain that makes people change because it can't be blamed on anyone else. And there's nowhere to put it except into becoming different. The Eight of Cups. So Eight of Cups here. This shows that this person walked away from something. They walked away from you. They walked away from the connection. They left. And now they're realizing that maybe that was a mistake. Maybe they shouldn't have walked away. Maybe they, gave up on something too soon. And now they're regretting it. And the Eight of Cups shows a cloaked figure walking away under a moon. Okay, 8 cups stacked and left behind on the shore, heading off alone into the mountains. And it's the card of leaving something that looked full but felt empty, of turning away from what you have to go searching for something else. And here's the thing about the Eight of Cups, okay? The person walking away in that card usually believes they're leaving for a good reason. They think something's missing. They think there's something better over those mountains. And this person made that walk, okay, away from you, convinced there was something they needed that they weren't getting. And now they've climbed the mountain and found that whatever they were looking for wasn't over there at all. It was in the cups they left behind on your shore. And I want to sit with the specific regret of the Eight of Cups, okay? Because it's a haunting one. This is the regret of someone who had the thing and chose to leave it and only understood its value once it was behind them. Because when you're standing in the middle of something good, okay, it's easy to take it for granted. It's easy to focus on what's missing, to imagine that something better is waiting somewhere else. The Eight of Cups person believes that story enough to actually walk, and then distance does its work, okay? And the thing they left starts to look completely different from far away. The flaws shrink, the good parts glow, and they realize that what they walked away from was the very thing they'd been searching for the whole time they were leaving it. So let's see what else is going on. The Page of Cups. So Page of Cups here, this is someone coming to you with a message. This is someone coming to you with an emotional offering, with, their feelings, with a bit of vulnerability. So I feel like this person is going to reach out to you. They're going to send you a message. They're going to, come towards you with a bit of an apology, with a bit of, an olive branch, with a bit of an emotional confession, basically. And the Page of Cups shows a young figure at the shore, okay, holding a cup, and a little fish is popping its head out of that cup, surprising them. And it's the card of a tender, slightly shy, sincere, emotional message. The kind of feeling that bubbles up unexpectedly and has to be expressed. So the way they come toward you, okay, isn't going to be defensive or proud. It's going to be soft, a little vulnerable, a little nervous even. Someone holding their heart out and hoping you don't hand it back to them. And I want to prepare you for how disarming that softness can be. Okay? Because it's the part that's hardest to stay clear-headed through. When someone comes at you defensive and proud, it's easy to keep your guard up. But when someone comes to you vulnerable, apologetic, nervous, with genuine feeling in their voice, your heart wants to rush out and meet them halfway. And that instinct is beautiful, okay? And it's also exactly where you have to be careful, because a soft, sincere apology tells you what they feel, but it doesn't yet tell you what they'll do. Feeling sorry and behaving differently are two separate things, and the Page of Cups only proves the first one. So let the apology move you, okay? You don't have to pretend it doesn't. Just don't let the softness of it be the whole basis of your decision, because the sweetest apology in the world still has to be followed by weeks of the changed behavior that actually proves it. So this person really wants to reconcile. They really want to reach out. They really want to make amends. But here's the thing. And I want you to hear the shift that's about to happen in this reading, okay? Because up to this point, it's been all warmth. They miss you. They regret it. They're coming back soft and sincere. And all of that is true. And none of it is the whole story, because the next card is where the reading turns from good news into wisdom, from here's what's coming into here's how to handle it. And that turn is the most important part, because plenty of people get the reconciliation they wanted and then walk straight back into the same pattern that hurt them the first time. This reading is trying to spare you that, okay, so stay with me for the part that matters most. The Devil. So Devil here, This is where you need to be a little bit careful, okay? Because with the devil, there can be a bit of, unhealthy attachment. There can be a bit of obsession. There can be a bit of, wanting something for the wrong reasons. And this is the message that you need to hear first, okay? Before you take this person back, this is the whole reason the title says you need to hear the message first. And I want to explain why the devil specifically, okay, and not some gentler warning card. The devil is the card of the thing you keep going back to, even when part of you knows better. It's the card of the pull that overrides your judgment, the attachment that feels like need rather than choice. And it can point at their attachment to you, okay? The obsessive, can't let go quality of how they want you back. But I want to be honest, it can also point at your attachment to them, the part of you that might take them back too fast, simply because the missing has been so heavy. So the devil is a mirror here, okay? And it's asking both of you a question. Is this love the kind that wants the best for the other person? Or is it need, the kind that just can't stand the absence? And you get to answer that for your own side too, not just theirs. And the devil shows two figures chained beneath a horned figure on a throne, okay? And here's the detail that matters most. The chains around their necks are loose enough to lift straight off. They could walk away at any moment, and they stay because they're choosing the chain. And I want to be really honest and careful with you here, okay? Because this is the part of the reading that actually protects you. The devil showing up around there wanting you back doesn't mean they're evil, and it doesn't mean you have to run. But it does mean you have to look closely at why they want you back, because there's a version of this, okay, where they want you back because they genuinely love you and realized what they lost. And there's another version where they want you back because they can't stand not having you, because the loss bruised their ego, because they got used to having access to you, and losing it feels like losing control. And those two look almost identical from the outside, okay? Especially when someone's being sweet and apologetic. The devil is here to tell you to slow down and tell the difference. Because obsession dressed up as love is one of the hardest things to see clearly when you've been missing someone too. And I want to give you something concrete to actually watch for, okay? Because slow down and tell the difference is hard to do in the moment. So here's how the two versions behave differently over time. Love that grew up, okay, takes responsibility without being cornered into it. It names what it did wrong specifically, not vaguely. It doesn't rush you. It gives you room to be unsure. And it stays consistent even when you're not immediately rewarding it. And the ego version, okay, gets warm fast and cools fast. It apologizes in generalities. I'm sorry for everything, rather than for anything in particular. It pushes for quick resolution, because what it actually wants is the reassurance of access restored. And once it feels secure again, the effort quietly disappears, so you don't have to judge their heart on day one, okay? You just have to watch which pattern shows up over the following few weeks. And the devil is here to make sure you actually watch instead of closing your eyes and hoping. So let's see what else is coming through, because I want to give you the full picture here. The Knight of Swords. So Knight of Swords here, this shows that this person is going to come towards you quite fast. They're going to come towards you quite, suddenly. It's going to be a bit unexpected. And I feel like when they do reach out, it's going to be quite intense. It's going to be quite, full on. They're going to come at you with a lot of energy, a lot of, wanting to sort things out quickly. And the Knight of Swords is shown charging on horseback at full gallop, okay? Sword raised high, leading forward into the wind, storm clouds gathering behind him. He is the fastest, most headlong card in the entire deck. and he does not do patience. So when this person comes, okay, they may come all at once intensely, wanting to resolve everything in one big rush. And I want you to be ready for that because the intensity can be sweeping, and sweeping is exactly the thing that can knock you off your own clear thinking, and paired with the devil right before it. Okay, that fast, intense energy is worth watching carefully because sometimes the rush to fix everything quickly is really a rush to get access back before you've had time to think. And you deserve the time to think. And I want to give you permission for something specific here, okay? Because the intensity of the Knight of Swords can make you feel like you have to respond right away. You don't. The speed is theirs, not yours. When this rush arrives, okay, you're allowed to slow it down. You're allowed to say you need some time to sit with it. You're allowed to read the intense message, feel everything it stirs up, and then wait before you answer. Because anyone who genuinely wants to rebuild, okay, will respect you taking your time. The only kind of person who can't tolerate you slowing down is the kind who needs you swept up before you think too clearly. And that reaction itself would tell you everything the devil was warning about. The Lovers. But, okay, we've also got the Lovers here, which is a beautiful card. And I don't want to, completely, sort of scare you off this person, because the Lovers here shows that there is a genuine connection. There is a genuine bond. There is genuine love here. There is a genuine soulmate kind of energy. And the Lovers card shows two figures beneath a great angel, okay? The sun blazing above them, a mountain between them, a choice being blessed from above. And yes, it's a card of deep love and connection, but at its very core, the Lovers is a card of choice, of a decision made with your whole self. And I want you to hold both of these cards together, okay? The Devil and the Lovers, because that's the true shape of this whole situation. There is genuine love here. The Lovers is real, and there is also a shadow. The Devil is real too. And the reading isn't telling you to pick one and ignore the other. It's telling you both are present, okay? And that the choice, which is the heart of the Lovers, is yours to make with your eyes fully open, not blinded by the love into ignoring the shadow, and not so guarded against the shadow that you deny the love, both at once, clearly. And I want to say something about why the Lovers is a choice card and not just a love card, okay? Because most people only know the romantic half of it. Look at the image again. There's an angel above, a blessing coming down, but the two figures still have to choose each other. The blessing doesn't remove the decision. It just means the decision is sacred, and that's the position you're in, okay? The love is real. The connection is genuine, maybe even soulmate level, and none of that makes the choice for you. A real connection can still be the wrong thing at the wrong time. A soulmate can still be someone who isn't ready to treat you well yet. So the Lovers isn't telling you to say yes, okay? And it isn't telling you to say no. It's telling you that you have a real, weighty, blessed from above choice to make, and that you're the one who gets to make it with full knowledge of both the love and the shadow, not despite either one. So let's see what the advice is here, because this is important. The Queen of Swords. So Queen of Swords here, this is the advice, and it's very clear. Okay, the Queen of Swords says, use your head. Don't just, follow your heart blindly. Use your head. Think clearly. Set boundaries. Be discerning. Be a little bit, guarded. And the Queen of Swords sits on her throne, okay? Sword raised straight up. One hand extended, clouds beneath her, butterflies carved into her throne. And she is the card of clear sight, of the person who has been through pain and turned it into wisdom rather than bitterness. And people always call her cold, okay? And she isn't. She just refuses to be fooled. She loves with her eyes open. She can care about someone deeply and still ask the hard questions, still hold a boundary, still notice when something doesn't add up. And that is exactly the energy this reading is asking you to bring, okay, to this reconciliation. Not a closed heart, but a clear head. You don't have to reject them to protect yourself. You just have to stay the Queen of Swords, warm but discerning, open but not naive, willing to receive the apology and still watch the actions that come after it. And I want to speak to why the Queen of Swords is the perfect advice for you specifically, okay? Because of everything you've already been through in this. You were ignored. You were made to sit in a silence you didn't choose. And going through that gives a person two options. One option is to get bitter, okay, to armor up so hard that you can never be hurt again, but also never be close to anyone again. And the other option is to get wise, to keep your warmth, but add discernment to it, to love with your eyes open instead of shut. And the Queen of Swords is the second one, okay? She's not the woman who stopped feeling. She's the woman who kept feeling and got smart about it. She's proof that you can be soft and sharp at the same time, tender and clear, open to love and unwilling to be fooled. And that's who you get to be walking into this, okay? Not the person who got ignored and is just grateful to be wanted again, but the one who knows her worth so completely that she can let someone back in slowly on her own terms and lose nothing either way it goes. And before the final message, I want to leave a few things to actually hold on to, okay? The first, the return is real, loves. The Knight of Cups, the Page of Cups, the Eight of Cups, regret. All of it says this person is genuinely coming back, genuinely missing you, genuinely feeling the cold they put you in. You did not imagine the connection, and you are not crazy for sensing they still care. The second, but the message you need to hear first, is the Devil. Before you fall back in, look clearly at why they want you back. Real love that realized its mistake looks different from an ego that can't stand losing access. One of them changes and stays changed. The other is sweet until it feels secure again and then drifts right back. The third, be the Queen of Swords. You can keep your heart open and your head clear at the same time. Receive the apology, feel the love, and still make them prove it with consistency over time, not just with one intense sweeping Knight of Swords rush of words. Words are easy. Weeks of changed behavior are the proof. And I want to answer one more thing, okay? Why this reached you now with this much specific detail? Because they're about to come back and you are going to have to decide fast in the heat of the moment with your heart pulling hard. And this reading arrived first, okay, so that when the message comes, you already know what to watch for and you get to choose from clarity instead of just from longing. I don't pull the Knight of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and then the Devil right next to the Lovers, with the Queen of Swords as the advice, all by accident. And I want to speak to the small longing part of you for a second. Okay, the one quietly thinking, but I miss them too, so who cares why they're coming back? You care, because you deserve to be wanted for love, not for access. And the difference between those two is the difference between a real second chance and the same cycle wearing a nicer face. This is already clear, okay? The Knight of Cups confirmed they're coming toward you with their heart out. The Five of Pentacles confirmed they're the one cold and shut out now. The Three of Swords and Eight of Cups confirmed real heartache and regret over walking away. The Page of Cups confirmed a soft, sincere, apologetic message is coming. The Devil confirmed the warning, look at why. The Knight of Swords confirmed it comes fast and intense. The Lovers confirmed real love is genuinely present. And the Queen of Swords confirmed the advice, open heart, clear head, So let me lay this all out one final time, okay? Slowly, so it actually settles. They ignored you, okay? And now they're the one out in the cold, heartbroken, regretting the walk they took away from you, and they're coming back fast, soft, and sincere, with their heart in their hands. And the love is real. The lovers confirmed that. But so is the message you needed to hear first, the devil, which is to look clearly at whether this is love that grew up or an attachment that just can't let go. And your job is to be the Queen of Swords, warm but clear, open but discerning, letting them prove it with time instead of being swept away by the rush. One message. They're coming back with love in one hand and old habits in the other. Your job isn't to guess which. It's to make them show you. If this resonated, loves, let me know what hit hardest. I genuinely read every comment, okay? Even the ones I can't always reply to individually. Your story becomes part of the reason this reading keeps finding the next person who needs it too. Like this reading and make sure that you're subscribed. And I'll see you in the next one. Wherever you're watching this from, okay? I want you to actually feel this settle in before you go. You spent a while being the one who got ignored, okay? The one left wondering, the one who had to sit in a silence you didn't choose and didn't deserve. And now the whole thing has turned around, okay? Now they're the one in the cold. Now they're the one reaching. Now they're the one hoping the door still opens. And that shift didn't happen because you begged for it, okay? It happened because you stepped back and let the truth of the situation surface on its own, which is the most dignified thing a person can do when they've been treated as less than they are. So meet this return standing tall, okay? Not cold, not vengeful, just clear. You're allowed to still love them and still require them to earn their way back. Those two things have never been in conflict, and holding both is exactly what the Queen of Swords would do. And I want to leave you with one last picture, okay? Because I think it captures the whole reading. Imagine the two of you standing where you started, except everything has quietly reversed. You're the one steady now, warm, whole, clear-eyed, and they're the one arriving, hopeful, a little nervous, holding out a cup and hoping you'll take it. And there is no rush in that picture, okay? You don't have to grab the cup the second it's offered. And you don't have to knock it away either. You get to look at it, look at them, and take exactly as long as you need to know what's really in it. That's the whole gift of hearing the message first, okay? You get to receive this return as the calm, discerning, fully worthy person you've become, instead of the one who is left in the silence. And whichever way you choose, you win, because you're choosing from strength now, not from longing. Take care of yourself. Bye, loves.